How y'all doing? If you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. Small spend for this one. We got a bag of toys for $3, a board game I've never heard of or seen for 25 cents, and $1.50 on a Sorry. So let's look at Sorry. This show is repetitive as nature because I have no idea what you've watched or why you're here. There are 4 board games we buy for parts: Sorry, Clue, Life, and Monopoly. Need to get them for $2 or less, basically, to make money. Well, Sorry is one of them. This is an older Sorry. You could tell by the family on the back and what they're wearing. So it's like late 80s, because girls wore sweatshirts a lot back in the 80s. That was a thing. Ask your parents, or remember that if that be you. So these are the old style Sorry pawns, and this is part of what we sell. And we're missing basically all of them apparently, but I got backups. So we'll see if we can get a whole set. The other part we sell are the cards, and these are in such bad shape I cannot use them. So we're immediately in the shit. This was in a basement. You can tell by the spotting that it's some kind of mold or water damage on every card. So I probably shouldn't even be handling this, but whatever. Do we get any pawns underneath? We got Pokemon stuff in here. This is interesting. Pokemon Pogs. 98. We could be cooking here. This is part of when you buy stuff at thrift stores. Sometimes they're just random stuff. I had a video where I found a GameCube game a while back, and that's probably the weirdest thing I've ever found. But sometimes you just get extra parts. So I don't have enough of these to make a full set, but I may have enough in storage. If not, I just add them to my pile. They're different every year or every generation. Like, these are the old ones. They have like a little hole in the bottom for some reason. Future ones are hollow. So we've got Pokemon Pogs. So immediately, these are 98. What would I know about Pokemon Pogs? Not a lot. But anything Pokemon has a value. And by nature of Pogs, these were destroyed. Because you hit them with the big honking coin. I never played Pogs, but you hit them with a coin, which damaged them over time. So age and the fact that just the act of using them damaged them could mean these are worth something. So let's take a look at Pokemon Pogs 1998. Get an idea of what these go for. 289 results for Pokemon. That is quite small. So we've got numbers on them. We got somebody selling 21 for $59. So ours are all blue. Looks like they had a few different runs of these because these don't all look the same. Now, it could be that these are like from a fast food joint, and that's why they look different. So rare, Pokemon discontinued Pogs. It doesn't say where they came from. So we're just going to go to sold and see if people buy these. There are sales on them, but it's probably going to be rare ones. So we have vintage Pog Slammers. These aren't Slammers. These are just Pogs. So this is a blue version of what we got. Board game part Pog. I don't think that's legit. We ain't got that guy. We ain't got that guy. So I'm interested in this. This doesn't list it as a set. Pink. Different colors here. It looks like maybe you just buy what you need. That's odd. He didn't list quantity or anything. I thought it was just pick one to buy. One of those kind of listings. So I wish I knew exactly what this was. Obviously, there's a few different designs out here. The fact of the matter is, they're not really selling. So we're going to go back and look and see how many of these are listed. It may be that the other ones are more desirable, or the fact that it's just, you know, not something people are going to pick up necessarily. I could do something like this, where I just sell the 3 I have. Because the other part of this is when you look, is that too much money for 2 Pogs? You could make that argument that people would collect them if they were easily collectible. I don't recognize the names on any of these Pokemon. I'm not a Pokemon guy anyway, so they're not the obvious ones. So this one's going for $6. Nobody has where they came from. I'll try punching in a name just to see if any of these are for sale. Marowak. You got a Marowak for $4. Free delivery. And we'll go to sold. Nobody's ever bought that guy. I think these are junk. Nothing I could really do with them. If it was a large enough lot, I'd just list it and I'd undercut everybody involved, basically. But, yeah, just the 3, I'll just toss them. No sense holding on to them. And let's see if I could complete this set of sorries. Nope, not enough. So, threw them in. So, there's dull plastic and then more like a shiny plastic on those. So, I didn't want to mix lots. So, whatever. I got plenty for sale anyways. So, I got this for 25 cents. The first store I go to, for mostly just for board games, because I don't have a lot else. They do the rotating tags thing, and the month of July, the tag was 25 cents. So I grabbed this because I'd never heard of it. And at 25 cents, we can afford to just buy something to learn about it. I'm guessing it's probably not going to have a ton of value, but I might get something out of it. So it looks like some kind of game where you inch up your piece, called Quizzards, so I'm guessing it's very out-of-date quiz questions. And this part looks electronic, and sometimes that can help you out. But I can see what we got for parts. See if it's complete, and then we make the decision, do we keep it, or do we part it out? Weird roll of cardboard. We have the apparatus, which is broken, so we're going to be parting this out. One of the arms is snapped off, it appears. Yeah, the piece of plastic that bridges the 2 bits here is completely missing. So this is not going to be parted out, even, I don't think. Let's see. I've got a rule book. Game is from, I'm guessing, 70s. No, 88. Interesting. Alright. So we got Champion, Master, and Wizard, which doesn't really tell you which ones the difficult ones are, honestly. That's not really helpful. Let's get an idea. We'll look at champion questions. What is the language spoken by most people in Brazil? I wouldn't call that terribly difficult. That'd be Portuguese. Let's look at a master question. What TV series featured the Clampets? That would be Beverly Hillbillies. We got Wizard. Oh, that was a Wizard one. It's the capital of Cyprus. I'm not even sure. Those could be tough. Master, what astrological sign is a person born on Christmas Day? I don't know. Capricorn, maybe. Spell lieutenant. I would fail that immediately. I can't spell shit unless I'm writing. Okay, anyways. Let's look up this game. Let's learn a bit about it. See what we're doing with it. Wizard. So we're going to put in Quizzard game just to see if it was ever reproduced, for one thing. So we got a 88 with this box. And then we have just the book of questions, which would be a part. 81 results on this. And it doesn't look like it was ever made again. The back of the battery pack for sale. I love seeing this stuff because I'm going to learn a lot about it, right? I will know immediately if these people are just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. We got $90 sealed in box. We got $40 for the whole game. Tested and working. So is it even worth looking at? 81 for sale. 11 sold. So 1 in box with everything. 26. 35. All family edition. It's a different version, I guess. Game books. Oh, just books. So we're not seeing parts. We are seeing the game itself. Ours is broken though. So we could look at the parts for sale and kind of decide what we're doing with it. We got the book, those guys, and the battery pack for 10. I just don't think there's enough interest in this to do anything with it. So we're going to scrap that. So we're 0 for 2, and we got a bag of toys. So that'll pull us out of the gutter, hopefully. So got a bag of figures for $3. Now, I recognize this dude as being My Hero Academia Nut, or whatever the fuck that's called. And then we got a bunch of random anime stuff. Anime always sells. So this is a good quality figure. You can tell by the materials. Doesn't have a ton of articulation. Who makes this? TMP. I've heard of it, but I'm not familiar. I don't know this guy's name exactly. Yeah, light articulation, but good quality. So he might be not so much a posable figure, but a legitimate, like, action figure. So this is obviously Fortnite. I don't know what for, but we got whatever that is, accessory to something. We have another obviously Fortnite thing. I do have a Fortnite set. I'm guessing I got these at the same store, but on a different day, I believe. Yeah, these aren't. This might go to a board game or something. Like a foot to something. It says R, which means you're probably supposed to build this yourself. So we got some kind of robot, maybe. You have to put together. Looking at the amount of pieces I have, I don't think I have them all. So we'll see how this goes. Or if it's worth putting together. Again, good quality though. Got a thing with a cannon. Another one of these. This actually says, oh, Greenbrier International. This is a dollar store thing. I don't think it goes to anything here because it doesn't look right. It goes to probably like a Leonard figure. So that's just junk. So we got 2 feet. We got whatever this is. Probably nothing. We have a Pokemon coin. I have sold these in the past. So we'll look that up. This looks like a strong guy from Marvel. Or yeah, his name was, I think his name was Guido, but he was strong guy. Obviously it doesn't go to any of this. So this is like somebody was cleaning out like a toy bin. So this is Kinder World. The K with on the cloud tells you that. It has no value. We've got a metal figure. This is probably Marvel or it looks like Harry Potter actually, but it's a metal figurine, so that does have value. All right, do we have enough of this robot to do anything? Well, this is going to be very much a Google Lens project. So we got some legs. Only the feet tell you which one's which. So that is left leg, or left side, perhaps. That looks about right. Okay. But we don't got enough arm to do much anything. Unless this is actually it, but I really don't. Obviously, he's missing an arm. Okay. Let's call it battle damage. It's still sick. No clue what it comes from. No clue what it is. It's actually like good quality, though. I don't get it. Alright. We have to Google Lens pretty much all of this. Yeah, we'll try the Academia guy. We'll at least get a name. My Hero Academia Figure. I think it starts with an I. I just don't remember his name offhand. I'm not an anime fan at all. That guy? Just remember seeing him previously for Izuku. Okay. Or Izuku. Izuku. Do we have figure? Yeah, we have figure in there already. So this is like a higher end one. These are the ones you want to find. I've done really well with high-end anime figures, although the stores typically know what they have with those and they price them accordingly. But sometimes you get lucky and they just throw it on a shelf. So this isn't Bandai. Maker is... not sure. There's a lot of letters. I assumed one thing. KH/SMP, whatever that is. 2023. Throw a year in there to see if it narrows it down. So he's good quality, but he's not posable. Generally, high-end figures are either completely static or they're completely articulated. Usually having a little articulation means it's a toy. And as such, not as valuable. Yeah, we're going to have to lens him to figure out exactly what he is, I think. None of this is it. And He's not posable enough to be that guy. All right, we're gonna have to look it up. All right, so the lens is revealed. This stuff is all from Kinder Eggs. That trash pile. This is Draco metal minifig from Harry Potter, so I'm going to put that in a Harry Potter lot, which I probably have enough to do. This is Strong Guy, Marvel Legends Build a Figure. So the heads are for sale, so we're going to look that up. These are 3D stampers. I guess the bottoms come off and they're stamps, possibly. No clue if they have any value. This is McFarlane. I didn't recognize it because typically McFarlane figures are actually quite large. So that's a McFarlane Izuku, Deco, whatever his name is. We'll look him up in a bit. This is Rowlett trading card token. May or may not have value. We know that's from Fortnite, and it is a mini figure that I just did a lot of, so I'll probably just add it to that. And this is Gundam. I couldn't quite figure out what it is. Google Lens fails at things like scale. It doesn't understand how big that is, or like dimensionally. If parts are part of the whole thing, like the fact that it's missing an arm, it didn't seem to care. So we'll put Gundam, and we'll do figure. This is probably going to be astronomical, 100,000. Let's see if we can find this guy. I don't know anything about Gundam other than it's been around forever. So, no. But red. I didn't write down what it was called. The thing is, Canon is called like Heat Hawk. It's the only thing I really picked up out of looking at him real quick. That looks about right. So if we put the height, the kids lost my tape measure. If we put the height, I should be able to narrow that down. So what is he here? Or call him 5. We'll put Hawk just to see if we can get him narrowed down. Zaku is his name, I think. And there may be just too many of these to really narrow it down. Just looking for something similar. That looks almost the same. Because you look at the feet, that looks like something you put together. Although this is also labeled as a Zaku, so I don't know. Do I have his legs on it backwards? I don't know. Try it this way. No, okay, never mind. So if there's a parts market for these, I would be fine. I just got to figure out exactly what it is. I'm going to put Bondi, although Bondi probably makes all of this. 720 results. Is that him? Small 5-inch Zaku 2. This looks like it's missing bits though, and bits that would not be possible to be missing. Now the head's all wrong, so that ain't that. It's not that one. That one's different. We'll try Zaku 2 though. It's tough with no markings on it at all. That... No, that ain't it either. The eye's wrong. And this is more detailed. 99, that'd be nice. So a lot of these have an eye in the center. This one doesn't. Honestly, it looks like it's supposed to light up. That is interesting. Sometimes toys will have a feature where if you hit something, it sends a little bit of light through it. But I don't see any way to do that. Huh. I don't want to throw it out because I do think it has some kind of value. And it looks vintage 80s. It doesn't feel 80s. It feels modern. Plastic was different in the 80s. The eyeball is really throwing me off. I hate it. It's not the same as every other one. He's also missing like a shoulder piece. And the other part is the cannon is part of his hand. You can't take the cannon out of his hand on this guy. Also, his legs fall off. The other part of this. I'm gonna have to dig into this a little more. Okay, so a deeper picture of the face said that this is the Gundam Ultimate Luminous collection. That makes sense. That eye is supposed to light up. No clue how. I don't see any way to activate it. You know, if it ends up having value, I'm going to queue up a YouTube video. Somebody will do an unboxing and show it off. But I don't know if there's a parts... Oh. Okay. The chest opens. There must be something that goes inside. So now that I got the chest off, I can see where it goes in, and if I were to do that, his eyeball lights up. So we're missing whatever was inside of him, too. So yeah, we'll see if there's a parts market for this. I'm not even going to put them back together again. So Zaku 2. New in box, 12, 13 bucks, 15 bucks. Doesn't bode well for us, but we'll see. So $4.99. 0 sold, but that didn't work obviously because here's a pack of bits with bazooka. And that's our guy, but we don't have the whole thing. But I do like that somebody's selling parts. The guy without the bazooka, I feel like the bazooka doesn't come out. It definitely doesn't. So I don't. That's not the same one. If I had the whole thing, I'd list it. But quite frankly, I'm just not going to bother. I don't think it's going to move. I don't think Gundam is as popular as it was, at least stateside. So I'm just going to toss it because if I give it to my kids, the legs will fall off instantly. Add that to the junk pile. We got Rowlett. I get this show on the road here. You got to post some kind of fiscal advancement. Rowlett coin. $3, free shipping. I can put this in like a postcard and it'll get somewhere. 37 sold at $3. Question is it really worth my time? And the answer to that is not really. Did say 37 sold though. That one for $8. That one for $2. Yeah, I'm just not gonna bother. Get rid of that. Alright, basically we got 3D stampers. We got Fortnite 3D stamper. And it's a pack. And there's commons and uncommons apparently. Rare. I don't know. How can it be rare if you see it? Like, it's not like... It's not a playing card. You knew which one you bought. Unless they didn't make very many of them. So we got a whole bunch of stampers here. 33 for sale. I'll take 3D out. That seems like somebody added that. 403. $92. And we got cards, which is not helpful. All we got is cards. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, those don't have value either. Shuffle them over there. I can do a video game lot with them, but... Or I might just add them to the other lot that I'm going to put that cowgirl in, so... We're going to post a loss? We got this head. Marvel Legends. Wrong guy. But we just got his head. But a lot of people had his head, so it came with something. Build a figure. So I feel like his head must go missing a lot. And it's like the mashups, you can mix them up if you want. Does anybody buy the head? He was not a very popular figure, I don't believe. Somebody bought the head for $13. Somebody else bought it for $14. Well, we're gonna list it then. We have to. We're just gonna be the cheapest one. People are trying to sell it for 22. We'll sell it for 10 just so I could put a $5 there. Amazing. All right, and then we got My Hero Academia. Farland. Izuku. So he's got a... They made a few different ones, but this ain't it. This is it. So we got $10, $12. It's this one because his hands are closed. It's not the packaged ones. It's not the one with him flexing. It's this one. So you just put vintage and then put 2021 in the same sentence. I don't think they understand what that means. All right. 27 sold. So 15. We'll just do 10. That's, again, going to be the cheapest. Not a great day at the office. You know, kind of unlucky with the game. Kind of unlucky with this stuff, honestly. Although, you know, my rule is if I could justify buying the bag with what I could see, I buy it. And that's, you know, this could have panned out. It didn't. I saw him and I knew the bag was worth it. So that worked out. You got a little bit of Harry Potter, whatever. I'll take it. It's listings, right? So if you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.